Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Sorry I haven't been uploading very many videos. We've been really busy around here. So today I'm going to feed my friend's animals with my sister. So first there's beet pulp that has been soaked in the bucket. This is a boost grain. I don't know what it's called exactly. So this is going to be for 2 horses, and that's flax on top. So the mare's, she's a really old mare. Her name's Indigo, and Pony Hawk is the one you will see by the hay feeder. So what we do is we're following all of our friends' instructions on how she feeds them. So the first thing we do with the feed is, well, right now I'm spraying Indigo with fly spray so that the flies leave her alone. But my sister's pouring her feed into her bucket, and she gives her almost all of it. The grain's at the bottom, so the wet beet pulp and alfalfa pellets will eventually have that wet by the end of her feeding. And Pony Hawk gets like a tiny bit of what's left. Like, we know how much to give him after we dumped hers in, so he doesn't get the grain. So we're spraying them again. Pony Hawk's acts afraid of fly spray, so that's why I looked a little skittish there. But Indigo is very well behaved. She is a very sweet horse. So now I'm going to give them their hay, and watch me struggle opening this gate with one hand. So our instructions, well, not really instructions, but we give them hay once like all the other hay is like gone. And if there's little old hay, like if you can tell that it's old, we switch it into the pile of manure. And we're filling their water, getting the grass out. Basic stuff, but just normal water, nothing special. So then we take a bucket of water and put the beet pulp and alfalfa pellets in the water to soak until the next feeding the next morning, because I recorded this at night, so I struggled to get the alfalfa pellets. I didn't fill it enough, so I have to go back in. It's just really hard to record and do everything right. So I did add a few more since that wasn't full later. But then I take a really long time to talk to my sister because I want to get the measurements right, and then I drop my phone in the bucket. So now I took my phone case off, and my phone's still working, and I add the rest of the alfalfa pellets, and I add the beet pulp. So it's very dark in this clip. As you can see, I didn't fill it again, and I added a little more. Stir it since it goes to do 2 different horses. It just makes more sense to do. And then we leave that overnight, and this is the dog's food. I make sure he has some. Then we get the stuff that's been soaking for the other horses. Moose, Steve D, Cornbread. Those are all the animals that get feed. So that's beet pulp. These horses are younger, so the beet pulp is the only thing that gets soaked overnight. So what I'm going to do here is put 1/3 of the beet pulp into each bucket. So each bucket will have 1/3 of that. And then after I divide that out, it takes a while. But we then add 1 cup of alfalfa pellets to each one, and then 1/2 cup of flax. So it just takes me a while to even this out, especially recording with one hand. But then I'm going to mix it because part of it will go to a miniature pony. Well, I don't know if it's a miniature pony, but it's a pony and it's really small. She's really small. He's really small. But I'm still putting the alfalfa pellets in, I guess. But I got ahead of myself and already told you about that. So our friend went on a trip with her family, and me and my sister are just helping her feed her animals while she's gone. It's really not very hard. It's pretty simple. But I thought I might make a good video to see how other people take care of their horses. So, just mix that up. I'm gonna fast forward this now. So I'm fast forwarding it because I'm really bad at recording while stirring, and it took a while for me to finish this doing both. So now I'm bringing the buckets into the other barn. Right now I'm bringing the 1 bucket into the horse D's pen, and it's hard to see because it's dark, but I'm dumping her. She gets one of those buckets, the whole thing in her pan. So just dump that in her pan in her stall. She's not in there yet. And that's her right there. She's a very big horse. And she's expecting too. This is Cornbread. I just take a few handfuls for Cornbread. Just kind of dump it in there. You can't touch it, but measure it by hands. But I was holding my phone, so I didn't want to mess my phone up. So, Cornbread is in a pen with a miniature donkey named Pepe and another calf, I guess. The calf is right there, named Clementine, I think. And then there's chickens right next to them and a turkey. We usually water them in the morning unless they're low on water. So, we always put water in Dee's pen, stall, because it gets empty. But, my sister's scooping the manure out of the stall, and I'm going to go bring the feed with the flag to Steve and Moose. So I dump 1 bucket into 1 feeder, and the one that had the handful out into the other feeder. They usually know to go to the right bucket to eat out of. And now I'm gonna go back into the barn, put the buckets up. And I don't know why I'm wiggling the camera so much. Oh, I'm going to water the other calf that's by himself that you won't be able to see. So the brick that goes on the hose is stuck in the water. Usually there's a brick on the hose so it can stay in better. But I just waited there because it only needed a little water. So now I'm putting fly spray on them. The flies were really bothering them that day. We are feeding our friends' animals this weekend that we recorded this. It's really not that hard since we had done it before. We kind of knew everything better the second time, which was this time I recorded. This video is very long, but I'm spraying the other side of him now. Lots of fly spray. They are outside, and I do rub it in quite a bit. So now I'm going to check the waters. The one filling was the cow/calf one that I think I already showed me starting that. But this is me trying to do this one-handed, opening their gate to the pasture. So, oh, I guess I'm closing it for the night. Whoops, I forgot. But they get hay at night, in their pen instead of the pasture during the day. So this is Cornbread, miniature pony that I was letting out. But this is the hay I'm feeding Stephen Moose. That was the water for the feed for the next morning. These are the cats, fed them. These are all of their chickens. This day, I think I only found 2 eggs. We will see. But I really like these nest boxes. They're very nicely built, and the idea was great. Keep calm signs. There were also turkeys in there, but I think me and the turkeys are not good friends. Leave the details for later. So that's the dog over there that you saw a short glimpse of. His name's Levi. I think I already mentioned him. But this is the feed room. So that's a wrap up of us feeding for our friends. That's Pepe the miniature donkey, Cornbread the pony, miniature pony, and Clementine the calf. And the turkey's back there too. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Leave a comment.